Hello everybody, what's going on? This is Andrew, and today I'm going to be playing some Magic Arena, and I want to talk, before I get into the games, about why I'm playing the deck I'm playing. So, last week, Wizards announced that they were rebalancing some cards for Alchemy, and there's a bunch of zombies and stuff up here in the article. I'll link the article down below in case you missed it, and or you're interested in Alchemy. There were some buffs and nerfs to some zombies, like I said. That's not really what I want to be talking about today. At the very end of this article, they mentioned that Fires of Invention, a card that had been banned in Historic, is now unbanned, but they increased the mana cost of this card by 1. So Fires of Invention used to be a 4 mana enchantment that said you can only cast spells during your turn, and you can cast no more than 2 spells each turn. But you can cast spells for free if their mana value is equal to or less than the number of lands you control. It was a very powerful card in Standard. It was really good in Historic as well, and so it's been banned in Historic for a while. Now, this card is exciting a lot of people who liked playing with this card. Some of the most common ways this card was used was in control decks. I've got a couple sample lists here. I found an article from Card Kingdom's blog that have some sample deck lists that I was looking for. This was an example of the Jeskai build of the deck. Fires would get paired with cards like Bonecrusher Giant, Brazen Borrower, Teferi Time Raveler, Elspeth Conquers Death, and Sphinx of Foresight to eventually kind of combo kill win with Cavalier of Flame and Kenrith Return King. And then you've got Karuga the Macro Sage as your companion down here. This was just a hard control deck that used Fires as a combo finisher. This deck was really good in the format and really hard to beat. They just had a lot of late game power that was tough for a lot of other decks to deal with. Some versions of this deck played a couple black lands, so you could activate the black ability on Kenrith, the Return King. This deck was very good and is not what I want to do with this deck. And then there was a bigger version of the deck that played Luca and Yorion, and played like Omen of the Sea, Birth of Meletus, sometimes some Omen of the Suns, and eventually you'd combo kill your opponent by using Luca's ability to turn something into an Agent of Treachery. And again, Fires was just used here to like double the mana that these control decks had on their 5th turn of the game to just like go off on one turn and win. So these are probably some of the ways that people remember Fires of Invention being not particularly fun to play against. And I don't blame you, I hated playing against these decks too. Fires could come down and immediately give your control opponent an extra 4 mana, 5 mana on turn 5, and then double that the following turn, and it just felt extremely unfair and really silly. So I feel like unbanning Fires is interesting, because the deck was so stupidly broken in some ways. But there was a deck I had played for a little bit, and I couldn't find a list I played back at the time or anything like that. But there was an aggro deck I'd played that just like used Fires as a more fair way to go bigger than your opponent faster. So you'd play some Mana Dorks, and then you'd play an early Fires, and then you would just like have big Dorks sooner than your opponent was set up to handle them. Now, like I said, I couldn't find the actual deck list that I played with, but I came up with kind of a close approximation, and it looks kind of like this. And so again, what this deck wants to do is use cards like Arboreal Grazer or Settle the Wilds to get up on lands, and then you play your Fires, and then you play your Cavalier of Flame or your Cavalier of Thorns or both, and you just start getting big mana and just going way over the top of what your opponent can deal with. And we get to add Storm the Festival to this deck, because Storm can hit Fires or either of the Cavaliers, and the Cavaliers can flip Storm into the graveyard to cast with Flashback later. And then the sideboard's just like more removal and some anti-control stuff. And I had I've had so much luck with this deck, better than I thought I would have. And this is what I want to do with Fires of Invention. I want to make my big, dumb green-red decks better. I don't want anything to do with the control stuff. So if this sounds interesting to you, stick around. I'm going to play a couple of matches and show off the power of Fires in a more, I don't know. Anything with Fires isn't fair, so I don't want to call this deck a fair deck necessarily, but I want to say it's doing a more fair thing than the dumb combo kills with like Agent of Treachery or Kenrith. Though Cav of Flame and Kenrith kind of do the same thing. They give your whole team haste and just kill out of nowhere. But I feel like in a green-red deck, you at least see that coming a little bit more than you would in like a Jeskai control deck. So let's hop into a couple matches, and I'm hoping I can show off Fires in maybe a build that you haven't seen or you'd forgotten about. All right. First match here with this version of the deck. We won the die roll. And this is the perfect hand. We want to go Arboreal Grazer on turn 1. We'll put, it doesn't matter, I guess the Stomping Ground into play. Paradise Druid on 2, and then Fires on 3. And hopefully we draw a good card to play with Fires before then. Our opponent is a Yorion deck, so we'll have to see if that's some sort of control deck or if it's like a Blink deck. Kind of looks like a Blink deck. They're Thoughtseizing our Fires. Thoughtseize bug. Cool. So we really want to draw something good this turn. We really want them to not Thoughtseize us again. But if we can get through that and get Fires down, we'll be in a really good spot. Okay. And let's draw something good. Well, I guess I can't be that mad. I have my backup Fires. Okay, Ashiok's a pain. They hit a bunch of good stuff, actually. Okay, cool. I mean, I guess I'd play one. That's just silly. Okay. If Kaya is gonna kill my Paradise Druid, sure. Don't really need the Druid anymore. They've done their job. 4 more cards. Another Cab of Thorns is gone. I don't know what to do. I guess I'm just passing. Okay, so Demonic Pact because they are just gonna like flip through their deck, sure. Or they're gonna blink it, right? Pact's never gonna actually kill them. Okay, I'll play Boseiju. Storm of the Festival is something to do. Oh. Sure, I'll just concede. Feel behind too much here. I want the Clothis, I want the Shifting Ceratops, I want the Outland Liberator, the Fries, and the Chandras. Jeez, I'm bringing in a lot of cards. Well, that's fine. I think the Paradise Druids and the Leafkin Druid are not particularly good here. I think the Ulvenwold Oddities come out also. And then... do I take the Settle the Wilds out? I don't think so. Maybe I'll just like trim around the edges a little. Trim a Fires, trim a Grazer, trim a Bone Crusher. Yeah, that makes some sort of sense to me. Okay. Let's see if we can not draw all 4 Fires this time. I mean, yeah, I'm going to keep this. I need to draw a Forest, but if I do, this hand's pretty good. Nope, that's not a Forest. missed on lands? I have 28 lands in my deck. Okay. Go. It doesn't do anything. Okay. It's fine. We're going to draw a green source this turn. And then we can just throw dinosaurs at our control opponent, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm only a little upset that our 28 land deck hasn't found another land yet. Okay, cool. I'm not sure, though, if I'm settling the wilds. I think I actually am settling the wilds here. And so I think I'm doing that. Cool, that's fine. I'm doing that because if I play this, I want to give it haste. It's pretty important to be able to give this haste against these decks when you play it. They have Cavalier of Dawn? Wild. You never see this card. Kind of really did not expect to see it in our opponent's deck. And it's really good against us too. I can play Fires and play Cavalier of Thorns, but that doesn't really accomplish anything. I might just play the Cavalier of Flame, discard Settle the Wilds, play land, pass. And so I'm doing it this way because I feel like this might be a big enough threat for our opponent to blink the Cav with their Yorion. Nope, guess not. Do they have some other removal spell for Cav? Okay. Okay, make another 3/3. I'll attack for 3 here. They're not taking the bait. I kind of want to go Fires plus Chandra.
It's my turn. Yup, you're going down.
Put you to 6. Then they'll go back up to 10.
Now you've done it.
Birth of Meletus finds a plains, sure. Then they can play the plains. Oh no, just play another pact. Are they dead? I have a feeling they're dead. This can get haste, this can get haste. I think they're dead. I'm pretty sure they're dead. Haste. this one. Also haste. And then am I activating Den with Chandra?
Today's my lucky day.
Pretty sure this kills them. Cool. Go into game 3. I guess, is Ephemerate legal in this format? I guess it is. I guess I need to be careful about Ephemerate, huh? Okay, what do I do about Cavalier of Dawn? There's not really a lot to do. Hope they don't find one again. Do I want Crossing Grip for all of their enchantments? Maybe. I'll try it. That might be too much. Too much sideboarding. But cutting another Arboreal Grazer for a card that does stuff, probably good. Cool. This hand looks good. Liberator on 2. No Thoughtseize from our opponent's good. Let's put Lens onto the battlefield tapped, yeah. So we'll just go Liberator here. Narset, sure. They found a Thoughtseize. I think we just get Clothis down. I'm pretty sure that's the play. Clothis is always good. And they've got Demonic Pact, sure. I think I'll just flip Liberator here. Pretty happy with that. Sure. Fabled Passage, which can be a land for me. Yeah, just hit resolve here. They could take Bone Crusher, but Bone Crusher doesn't do anything on this board. I imagine they'd take almost anything else. All of my other cards are better than Bone Crusher for the matchup. Yeah. Birth, sure. I think I'll just stomp them here. Let's see. Do I feel like just playing a Dork this turn? I don't think so. I think I'll just take Thoughtseize. Then, am I gripping this now? I think so. I guess I technically should have done a upkeep to flip Liberator. Yeah, that was bad. I should have done an upkeep. That's fine. If I draw lands, that's good because the Shifting Ceratops will kill our opponent eventually. If I don't draw lands, that's fine too. second Clothis. I'll just take the thing that does damage to them. And I think I'll play Bone Crusher this turn. I think there's a non-zero chance our opponent tries to kill our Outland Liberator here. Oh no, just the Bone Crusher. Okay. That I can live with. So many demonic packs. Could start throwing angry dinosaurs at them. I wonder if I'm supposed to blow up the Liberator for this pact this turn. I'm just doing it this way. Flipping this kind of forces them to do something interesting with one of these packs. Oh no, just double Mind Rot me. Might end up working out okay still. Pick up Yorion, play Yorion.
I shall miss your company.
Yep, a bunch of stuff comes back.
I have practiced against many foes like you.
My turn. I found a land, but it is a tap land. I'll take a land. Make green mana. Oh, I can't do everything I want to do. Oh no. Well, I guess I'm just waiting on attacking with a Shifting Ceratops. Because I need to attack with this to kill one of the packs. And then blow it up to blow up the other one. And now I have to hope that Clothis is enough to win this game. Trial of Ambition, sure. Yep. And Teferi to Tech the Clothis. I think I'm dead now. Yeah, our opponent finding like 3 copies of their best card in the top 20 cards of their deck is pretty good. Cycle this. I think I'm just dead though. Oh, damn it. Sure. Let's try again. We saw what our plan against control was there, but getting double Mind Rotted really took away any of our options. And I misplayed a turn with the Crows and Grip. Yeah. Alright, let's give this one more shot. Yeah, this hand looks good. We've got our Bone Crushers if they're a creature deck. Even if not, Bone Crusher is pretty good. Oh, they have the little robot Tanuki. A robot Tanuki. Look, it's posing. Silly robot Tanuki. Phoenix, looks like. We've got lots of removal spells. Would you like your dreams to be crushed, opponent? I'm gonna play the Paradise Druid here. I actually think our deck's pretty good against them. We've got Arboreal Grazer and Cavalier of Thorns to block their stuff. Yep. See if they can make this a 3-3 right now. Hazoret. They binned Hazoret? Hazoret's so good against me. Well, I guess not with Cav of Thorns, but it's really good against me. This card's hard to beat. So creature, instant, sorcery, land. They were able to make it a 3-3. That's annoying. I think I have to double stomp this. Does not feel good, but I think that's what I'm priced into doing here. The next turn I can go land, settle, or if I find an untapped land, I can go untapped land, either double spell or just cast Cav. Okay, just flashing back looting is good for me. I would like them to not kill my dork, please. There's a Phoenix in the bin. My dork survives, and I found an untapped land. Cool. So I'm gonna go untapped land, settle the wilds here. I found a Fires of Invention. That's good. I'll pass the turn with Bone Crusher up, and the next turn I hope to go off. I would not be surprised if they try to cast multiple spells, or enough spells this turn to do the thing. We've got infinite Bone Crusher Giants coming, and I think that that's how we're gonna win this game. Okay, there's a Steam Vents. Shock this in. No, just tapped. Okay. So no multiple spells this turn. Gotcha. Fires. Temple. Don't want Lair of the Hydra. I'll play Cav of Thorns. And I can't do anything else. But they have the Unholy Heat to kill the Cav, yep. Do I want to put any of these cards on top of my deck? Bone Crusher would be the one I'd want to pick. But I don't even know if I want it. Then seek a permanent card. And seek says... Yeah, so I have nothing else to seek with Settle the Wilds. So I target Bone Crusher, but then I decline. And then I just hope that my train of Bone Crusher Giants is enough to get the job done for now. I'll hold the mountain also. Because I've got Cavalier of Flame in my deck, and I want, if I draw 8, I want to discard the mountain. Okay, there's an opt. Looks like they'll bring at least one bird back this turn. And they have a channeler, sure. Cool, they found a card that they liked. It's going to be a 1-mana spell that can bring back the bird. Please, just one bird? No. Of course not. Never lucky. It's pretty good at killing them. It's kind of what I want. Do I just start playing Bone Crushers here? Do I attack them with the 8/8? I think I probably do this turn, because this puts a lot of damage. I lose if they have an Unholy Heat. Oh, well, not if they do it like that. That's not super what I wanted, but it's not the worst either. I think I just put a Bone Crusher on the battlefield, because I think they can probably bring back Phoenixes next turn if they want to. Yep. Iteration's a good card. They've hit 3 in their top half of their deck. Okay. They found a Channeler. Definitely gonna lean into our sideboard for this matchup, but we can still steal this game potentially. We've got a lot of good draws in our deck. Is the Ox coming out? Nope. Removal spell for Bone Crusher. Did they cast a spell? I don't think that bird comes back, right? Don't think so. Yeah, they're gonna cast... Oh, they didn't cast the Ox. Weird. Now they cast the Ox? Their draw's been really good after mulliganing, by the way. Yep, and... just to land, that's not going to do it. Cool. These cards are all bad. I see anything that Fry hits from them. I didn't see Stormwing entities. Doesn't mean they don't have them, but I'm not going to bring them in yet. The Oddity seemed fine there, actually. Shifting Ceratops maybe not as good. Something like this probably seems fine. Chandras can be good if they sideboard up super hard. I don't know if my opponent's going to be doing that or not. Like if they bring in Crackling Drakes and stuff, I want Chandra. Yeah, I'll just do Chandra over the Oddities. Maybe over the Ceratopses. I usually love Ceratops in this matchup, but maybe it's not quite right because they have a bunch of red things and Unholy Heat kills Ceratops. I guess we'll see how this game plays out. Sure. I don't love this hand, but I don't think it's terrible either. I think when you play this deck, you just have to keep hands like this and cross your fingers a little bit. Next turn, we can play Rootbound Crag and cycle away the Triome. Yep. Okay. And I'm just cycling this. There's a lot of lands in my deck. Okay. I've got a lot of Cavaliers to play in the next couple of turns. Fires of Invention would be the best draw in my deck next turn. But looks okay so far. I'll lead on Cav of Thorns next turn if I get the chance. Because part of what's good about Flame is being able to haste your stuff up. Okay, one bird in the bin. And that's it for now. Okay. Aether Gust. Oh, just a Disdainful Stroke. Okay. Not sure if I like that better or worse than Aether Gust. They're kind of the same. Alright, there's a Channeler. Untap land, Channeler, and Spell. Okay, so they do have Delvers. I just hadn't seen the Delvers yet. This puts lands into play untapped, so I can kind of safely play this. Grab a land that enters untapped. And then stomp DRC. Oh, Delver flips to an Unholy Heat? That's unlucky. That's pretty unlucky. There's a Fires in my graveyard. There's also more Cavaliers of Thorns. Okay, we're considering. They found a land to put into their graveyard, which means this can kill this now. Now, do I put the Fires on top of my deck? That's the question. Or do I just like put another Cavalier of Thorns? I kind of think I just start looping Cavaliers for now. I think they can get a Phoenix back now. Yep. No blocks. Here's another one. This time we'll grab a Den of the Bugbear. They can't have that many Unholy Heats, right? They'll run out eventually. He said, hopefully. Just no Unholy Heats. Okay. That's not an Unholy Heat. Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll try this one more time. It feels so bad losing your big 5-mana green creature to a 1-mana red spell. Feels so bad. Like, it doesn't feel like that's how this matchup should go, you know? You know what I'm saying? Feels like, as a green mage, you should be a little safe to play your massive thing without fear of just randomly dying. Okay, we flipped a Storm of the Festival into the graveyard. That's good. We're at 9. Yeah, we're at 9 right now. So if we draw a land, we can Storm. If not, we can play Cavalier. Lands are good, spells are good. And we're at 9 lands, so we can do this plus double activate. Does that just kill them? 8 plus 6 plus 2 plus 7. Yes. Yes, it does. So if they try to go crazy, they just die. I doubt they'll do that, but it looks like they've run out of Unholy Heats finally. I think I killed the one that doesn't come back. And then play Hazoret, pass. Well, Hazoret can't block. Does this resolve? It does. Well, I'm dead next turn anyways. Might as well attack, right? What do they have? Brazen Borrower? They have Stomp My Face. Cool. Okay. Nice. Stole a game. Can we do it again? I don't know. I'm not convinced that we can. So they do have Delver, but we still haven't seen Crackling Drake or Stormwing Entity. So I don't know like how much we want Shifting Ceratops still, for example. It can gain reach to block the Phoenix, but it dies to Unholy Heat. I guess it's probably a little better than Chandra. And again with Fry, I don't know if we want or need Fry. I could trim a land on the draw. I'd be okay going down to 27 lands on the draw, I think. To bring in the last Shifting Ceratops. Let's go 1 Chandra. Sure. I don't know. Sideboarding here is tough. I have some cards that line up pretty well, but some stuff that really, really doesn't. Okay. Let's see. If they just played Bone Crusher instead of playing Hazoret, they would have been fine that last game, which is kind of funny. I feel like this hand doesn't do enough. right? I'm supposed to mulligan this. If they do nothing for a while, this hand's good. They mulliganed, right? I think I can afford to mulligan once. Yeah, this is so much better. And I actually think I put the Shifting Ceratops back. Or the Grazer. Maybe it's just Grazer. I can go tap land on 1, untap land a Braid on 2, shock Klothys on 3. Or is a turn 2 Klothys good enough that that's what I want to do? Turn 2 Klothys is pretty damn good. It'll be similar on 3. I think the Grazer is bad enough that this is how I want to do things. Okay. Well, hopefully this Klothys can get online soon enough to do something. Okay, there's the Delver. There's a Fires. No flip on the Delver. That's great. Oh, and they're tapping out. That's so good. Means Klothys gets to have text. And Klothys is so good against decks like this when they get going. We're considering our options. And I wonder if I'm supposed to cut Fires of Invention in this matchup, maybe. Like, I want to just play a fair red-green game. And just, like, play Klothys, play my Planeswalkers, and the Fires just doesn't do enough. Storm the Festival is my card advantage tool, not the Fires. I could see that. Maybe I'll try that next time. They binned another bird. Okay, that's kind of scary. Here's Klothys. Oh, Delver doesn't flip. That's so good. As long as they don't have literal Aether Gust, I think I'm good here. Like, the Phoenixes might come back this turn, and that would be annoying. But then I get to eat the Faithless Looting. And then I get to Abrade a Phoenix after attacks next turn. Oh, they don't even come back. Is this game over? Double Dragon's Rage Channeler means the game's not just over. I'm gonna start eating birds, though. They have 3. Am I just playing Shifting Ceratops here? Or am I Abrade plus cycling Sheltered Thicket? I think those are my options. I think I'm just passing. Darn it. Yeah, this might not be enough. The double channeler might be enough to keep them in this game. Kind of looks like it's going to be. Untap land, there's the Faithless Looting. They get to surveil more. Bin. Draw 2, discard 2. Especially if they have another bird here. Okay, no other birds, just the one. It comes back. Kill the bird. Take 9. Cycle this. Take the Phoenix. Then land Ceratops. Go. Yeah, Hazoret's fine. Oh no, if they have shock plus spell? Damn it. Their hand was way too fast for us to deal with. I'm just literally dead to the Hazoret. Well, maybe I did need to play the turn 2 Clothis. Turn 3 Clothis seemed way too slow. Yeah, just not enough oomph. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. I played like 3 practice matches with this deck just to make sure it was like actually good and that my first one wasn't a fluke. And I won 2 more matches. So I guess we got a little camera shy, lost to Esper, Blink, and Phoenix. I think the Phoenix matchup still needs some attention. I don't really know what we're supposed to do there if they have a draw like that. Maybe we need some Anger of the Gods or something like that in here to deal with really aggressive starts by opponents like that. Otherwise, I think this deck played well, and I think we got to see some of the power of being able to play the Cavaliers alongside Fires of Invention. We saw how Storm of the Festival kind of slots in nicely to this deck, and the rest of the deck kind of builds itself. The 2-drop slot's a little weird. Maybe you're supposed to splash blue, because it's pretty easy to play a 3rd color. And we already want a Triome to cycle. So maybe we play blue and play Growth Spiral also. I'm not super sure if that's necessary, but that's an option, a way to take this deck. But yeah, I like the idea of this green ramp-based Fires of Invention deck. I think there's something here. You saw glimpses of it in those couple of matches, but unfortunately the deck, like I said, got a little shy and didn't show its full potential in these games. And our Phoenix opponent had like some really good mulligan to 6s, and we weren't able to keep up. Still wondering about that last game. Keeping the Grazer that does basically nothing versus bottoming it to hold on to removal. It looks like having the Clothis the turn earlier would have really helped, but it was tough to know in the situation in the moment whether having this useless sloth after the first turn would have been worth it. But that's how it goes. I'm still learning. Anyways, that's going to be it for me for today. Fires of Invention in Historic. Give it a shot. Let me know what you're winning with and what you like, and if you have a deck like this and what you like about it. Thanks again for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Have a good one, and I will catch you next time.